In this video, we're going to take a look at how to remove unwanted elements from a picture using the stamp tool. The clone stamp tool is over here in the toolbox, and it looks like a stamp, old school stamp with a handle on it. And what it does is it takes things from one part of a picture to put them on another part of the picture. Now, I've already got an example of this one finished. So what it looks like before is like this, and after it looks like this. So the trick is to find pieces that you can replace where the skateboarder used to be, so that he actually has something behind him that looks natural and fits in place. So we'll start off with our image. What's a good idea quite often is to take your original and make a copy of it by dragging it onto the new layer button. So now I've got a duplicate of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in so I can see real good what I'm looking at. And I can see there are some things I can use. The skateboarder, as he's overlaid on this wave here in this ocean background, what I want to be able to do is find some things around him that are in the background that will fit in place. I'm not going to use everything from one spot. And the way it works is you take your clone stamp tool, and right now the brush is set to a medium size. I'm going to start with a large size and change later. So depending on the size area I'm trying to fit with, I'm going to use a different size brush. So I've got a 65. I'm going to use a soft edge brush so it doesn't have a hard edge on what I'm working on. And I'm going to first hold down the Alt key to take a stamp, to take a clone. I'm going to choose right there, and everything that I reference is going to come out of there. So you can see it gives me sort of a preview. So I'm going to hold down the Shift key to get a nice straight line. And as you can see, as I get too far over, it starts copying what used to be where it is. So let's look at that again. If I hold down the Shift key, you can see on the left there's a little X indicating where I took the stamp from. And I can sort of work that out all the way through as much as I want. So it's going to constantly reference back to that point relative to where I stamped. So as I move my stamp, it's going to keep adjusting. But you can see it's starting to copy my arm over there. So what I want instead is I need to come back and start on the left side and work all the way through. And if it gets too close to where there used to be the guy, it's going to start copying where he used to be. So it's always going to reference back to the original piece. So as I keep working my way through the image, I'm going to keep holding down Alt and clicking. It's really important I be on the right layer. Okay, if I do this on the wrong layer, it's going to be copying. So if I accidentally have the bottom layer clicked, it's going to want to copy the work down there, even though I can't see it. So I want to come back up here to do the work. Now this part in here is kind of tricky because the wave transitions into the part that's crashed over here. So what I want to be able to do is make sure I've got that slick and tricky and convincing. So I'm going to shrink my brush down to maybe the 35 size so I can be a little bit more precise. And as you can see, I'm just going to drag that over there. Seems to be working. I might even want to get a harder edge on my brush. Otherwise I'll get that misty look. And I'm going to copy from both sides here. So there I've got the look of it coming together. So I'm going to try to pay great attention to what's there to make it look natural. Now there's a little bit of a ghost here of the arm. So I'm going to try to copy that out. And that appears to be pretty good. So now I'm going to double click the hand to zoom out. And it looks like there was never a guy there in the first place. So it takes a bit of practice, but you can do this with lots of images to take things out, to replace things, and improve a picture, or to change the focus of what's in the image. That's how it works. And remember, hold down the Alt key and be on the right layer.